Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. Right now, you are living off the fruits of millions of people in the past who have made your life easier through their struggles, inventions, and discoveries. You have benefited from an education that embodies the wisdom of billions of people refined over millennia. The world relies on a continual flow of new information and undiscovered treasures in order to build upon the culture within our species. You have a responsibility to contribute to this culture and the times you live in. This contribution can take many forms, such as inventions, discoveries, or even just working hard at your craft so you can contribute your share to improving the state of the world. An indirect way to contribute to society is to raise an upright family that produces offspring that can contribute their share of wealth to society too. Without a doubt, the best way that you can contribute to society is to educate yourself on the ways of the world and then pass down accurate information to the younger generation. Historically, we relied on tribal elders for the wisdom they attained through their life. Their information was either passed down verbally, communicated through cave art, on clay tablets or stones, scripted on parchment made from animal skins, or written on papyrus or later paper. In the same way that our economy becomes rich through financial exchange, our culture becomes richer through intellectual exchange. This is, of course, only true if the information is accurate. Because of the digital revolution, everyone has a stage, and incompetent and unworthy people can become a public figure and broadcast false information worldwide on the internet. There is so much misinformation that the importance of relaying accurate information is more important now than ever. In contributing this way, you raise the potential of the youth coming through that could go on to make significant discoveries or inventions of their own. Imagine where we would be in society without Henry Ford, William Shockley, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk. All of these people benefited from the knowledge they acquired, which enabled them to go on and change the world significantly. The world would be a very different place had no one fostered their growth or development. Such is the importance of giving back. There are so many treasures out there with undiscovered potential. They just need the right environment to change them into a person who changes the world. A common handicap of countries around the world that lag behind economically is isolation. This includes societies located on remote islands, secluded in rift valleys or mountain valleys, or living where deserts obstruct access to the rest of the world. It's no coincidence that humans on the African, Europe, and Asian landmasses developed faster than any other humans. The knowledge they possessed was able to spread across tribes over many years. The groups that were isolated away were unable to share in this knowledge and thus were limited in the progression of society. The first place the homeless flock to is big cities. Being surrounded by many individuals allows them to survive off the abundance of exchanges of finances, resources, and information. Information rises exponentially at a rate proportional to the frequency of the exchanges. This is what happens when you share knowledge. The rate at which knowledge is shared increases as you share knowledge, and this is how you can contribute to the world. Of course, this can only come at a time where you have the necessary means to give back. It's no use teaching English if you're illiterate. Work as hard as you can early on in your life so that you can adopt the responsibility of societal problems and then offer your contribution to their solutions. Explore ideas of what needs fixing. I urge you to serve our generation. Anyone who is not working hard is exposed to temptation. It's important to do good, not to go to a higher place, but to stay out of hell. I'm not talking about the afterlife, I'm talking about this life. By living good and doing good things, you generate conditions that will give you as close to a perfect life as you can here on Earth. If you don't do this, then you'll be in your own form of hell on Earth, homeless, friendless, unhealthy, or sick. Do the best that you can to stay out of your worst hell. The man who serves no higher contribution to society will become depressed and unfulfilled. Nothing gives men a greater sense of personal satisfaction than to contribute to the group at large. Also understand that just like sharing knowledge makes the world a greater place, sharing resources makes the world a greater place too. Another reason that humans were easily able to migrate out of Africa across Europe and Asia is because the landmass is longer east to west rather than north to south. A continent with a larger east to west spread means that the continent experiences similar climate over most of the landmass. Crops, fruits, vegetables, as well as animals, including humans, were able to easily spread over a larger area at a much faster pace because they didn't have to adapt to the changing climate. This rapid expansion of resources allowed humans to successfully develop and reproduce faster, which enabled us to become the preeminent animal on the planet. When resources are shared with the group at large, you maximise the potential of the group as a whole. Some people may be able to take your knowledge and then multiply its utility. If this person has the same attitude of giving back, then they will share their spoils with the group, which will eventually come back to you. To date, humans have not taken more than a few backward steps at a time, although I can't say this trend will continue forever. As it stands, if humanity were an economy, it would be perpetually inflating. Anything you do during an upswing will always pay a healthy return. Share your knowledge and resources with the group at large and onwards and upwards. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 90, I'll discuss why you must avoid media and social media. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.